All right, it's time for mail call, and I am not going to lie, it is a struggle to be here today.
We're live right now, aren't we?
We are live, yep.
Which
we're live, but those listening aren't.
They're not alive? What?
They're alive, but they are not listening live. They're listening to a recording.
So the podcast isn't actually like murdering people. They click the link and like instant lobotomy or anything.
You're not supposed to give it away, man. We talked about this like 5 times. So I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. We both stayed up too late and had a few too many beverages.
Yeah.
I never at any point got belligerent, but just had too many beers to turn around and get up the next morning as early as I have to. So not a wise choice on my part. But so JP, did you cook out?
Yeah, man, I cooked out. I put some pork chops on the grill. So delicious. And remember, it's perfectly safe to have just a tiny hue of pink in your pork chop. You know, it's fine.
Is that true?
Yeah. FDA in recent years has said just a little bit of pink in your pork is fine. I drank some craft beers. I grilled some steak. I grilled some corn.
We grilled some steaks. We did New York strips and ribeyes. We had some potatoes that were amazing.
Brother.
Salad to go with it. And
nothing is tastier than grilled corn. It's so great.
I love grilled corn. That's actually the only way I really care to eat corn.
I wish I'd have brought you in. I'm actually going to grill out tonight, too. So, come on out and have some corn.
That sounds delicious. So I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead. If you found this randomly on the internet, then you're probably like, what the hell am I listening to? But most of our podcasts have some kind of a direction, like we talk about The Walking Dead or what's trending in the world, things like that. And this is the one where we answer the listener questions. Don't forget, listeners, please give this video a like. It helps us out a ton, and if you're so inclined and aren't already, consider hitting subscribe. We'll talk about our Patreon and social media info coming up in a bit. But in the meantime, JP, you got some mail call questions for us?
Yeah, I got them pulled up, and you're going to love them. You're going to love what I read, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
Jeep. LOL. JP, you're a damn mess. And let me just add, Jeep, I'm a hot damn mess. All right. Don't end the mail calls or any of the podcasts because I need the laughs. As a matter of fact, I want more of them. Maybe even some live streams. I was trying to think of a question when I ran across an article saying Richard Branson plans on launching into space as soon as July on his Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2. Although I'll believe it when I see it. So, mail call, if you had an opportunity to fly into outer space, would you do it?
It depends. I mean, I would like to go visit outer space, but in the early stages of tourist space travels, I think I would wait, make sure that it was safe.
Right, you don't want to be like a space pioneer.
Yeah, you don't want to be a space guinea pig.
Like you want it to be well established. And as everyone knows, I think that space travel is just a giant hoax.
Oh God!
So we won't get into that. But yeah, I don't think going into outer space is possible.
Short answer, yes. Long answer, not in the beginning. But yeah, I would love to see space. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, well, there you go, Jeep. We love you.
But if I never get to go, I'll still feel fulfilled here on Earth.
Right. Well, I mean, look with the new Star Wars attractions at like Disney World, man, anything's possible. All right, Brianne McCann, 1 week ago. I'm gonna hit read more ahead of time. Don't end them, please. Just do this. Monday is Walking Dead. Tuesday is Trending. Wednesday is Random Ramblings. Thursday can be Mail Call, and you ask your listeners questions too. That's interesting, like a two-way street of mail call. All right. Friday is Woke. See, we all love you.
Does she put that part in there? How do you? What letters did you use for that?
There were some dots. I'm assuming the dots was a pause with just indeterminate growling.
Okay.
I think people just listen more than comment. Mail call. When do you say enough is enough to a toxic family member and cut them out of your life? And have you had to do this? Have a great weekend, guys.
Enough is enough when you realize enough is enough. Like when you realize they're toxic. And yes, I have and still do have to deal with that every now and again. But there are, I mean, some people be like, but they're family. But I mean, I've got some friends that are, that are just as there for me as family. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody is you only get one life. So if somebody is making your one life miserable, is it really just because you share, a little blood? Is it really necessary to keep them there because they're family? I mean,
Well, you know what Granny Nanis is.
I don't know what Granny Nanis is.
She says some people you got to handle with a long handle spoon. She says it more eloquently than I do, but she just say, you ain't got to shun them. Jesus says, love thy enemy, love thy neighbor, love the monkeys, love the rainbows, love the presidents, all this stuff. But she says some people you got to deal with a long handle spoon. That means keep your distance.
I think we read different
keep your
Bibles.
Handle in the pie. And as for me, it makes me think of Beans, the Canadian biker. Mama was dating him circa 2007. And he left for work early one morning, ate all the leftover fried chicken from the night before. My mom fried up a big batch of chicken, and that was it. That was it for Beans. She called immigration, and we ain't ever seen him since. So thank you, Brianne. That was a good question, and just long handle spoons. And we're going to hear from Brianne McCann.
Would you like to hear my favorite 4th of July video ever?
Oh, man, you made this last night?
No, I didn't make this, but it is my favorite.
Okay.
What in reverse, Terry? What in reverse? Oh, Lord! Lord, please! Oh, Lord!
Is that someone being horribly scalded by fireworks?
What you doing, Terry? Terry, what you doing?
Oh, my God. That's a disabled veteran or something.
We watched that like 5 times in honor of July 4th. But yeah, sorry, I just saw that and I had to share it. I'm not feeling very linear today, if that makes any sense. Like I am not.
Your brain's just kind of floating.
My brain is very, very just floaty.
All right, Dan Ashdown, our pal in merry old England.
Yeah.
Mail call. What the fudge is a condo?
It's a big house.
Yeah, it's
basically.
something you rent, or it could just be a flat, but it's just like a rental property you use for holidays.
We stay in them when we go to the beach every year. Condo.
Yeah. Where I live in England is basically considered a holiday island, but what they actually mean is retirement island. So there's loads of hotels, caravan parks, loads of stuff around that's all fairly cheap, literally surrounded by beaches and pubs, so you guys should enjoy it.
Did he say is he saying there's a lot of old people there?
Yeah, apparently it's like a lot of people go there to retire as well. It sounds kind of like certain parts of Florida.
There shouldn't be any shortage of candy then. Hard candy on top of that.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're careful.
We'll do the drinking game thing soon when you're free, guys. No rush. In the meantime, I'll be thinking of games to get us completely messed up. That's good old Dan Ashdown.
Also, he tagged us in something on Facebook we should address and asked, in America, do they have security guards at their McDonald's? And we do not.
I mean, if it's got to be one ghetto-ass McDonald's. I ain't never seen one.
If you watch videos, there's been some videos of McDonald's employees handling some unruly customers. So and McDonald's employees, I guess, double as their own security guards.
He also tagged us in something about like a Jack Daniels or Jim Beam place burning down.
Yeah, like tons of Jim Beam.
That
just
sucks.
lost.
I like old Jim Beam.
I like Jim Beam, but as long as it won't the Jack Daniels factory.
Right.
I like Jim Beam, but I've always considered Jim Beam kind of like discount Jack Daniels. Like it's good. I'll drink it, but I think Jack's a little smoother.
Yeah, possibly. But thank you, Dan, and
thank you, Dan.
I don't know if y'all do anything for the 4th of July or
oh,
what,
that's kind of a low blow.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say happy belated 4th of July, but I don't know that they really do much.
You know what? In modern times, it's just a point to look back and reflect on when us and Britain decided we needed a break. We needed our own space. You know what I'm saying? And we're still friends. It was a relationship that ended kind of bitterly, but now we're all friends.
And I mean, the monarchy at the time was major buttholes, and now they're a democracy anyway. So, Britain, the UK is a lot different.
I can't wait to come over to Britain.
Yeah, man.
Check it out.
And I applaud them. I mean, they just recently kind of got through with a fight for their independence from a European. Anyway, don't get me down.
My only qualm with Britain is their security cameras. Like I read somewhere that Britain has more security cameras like per person than like any other place on the earth. Like they have cameras everywhere.
Don't forget, George Orwell came from. He was a British writer.
Oh, that's true.
And I think a lot of that has to. We've talked about. You don't have any guns in England. You have more violent crime because a guy with a baseball bat can, and so it probably has a lot to do with that, And again,
all
we're
the
not
cameras you're talking about. That's why they have so many cameras.
I bet so. Yeah, just more violent crime, less guns, more violent crime. And again, I'm not going down this rabbit hole. I know there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions on that, but. Anyway,
my brain's not ready
Dan.
for opinions today.
Yeah, we love you, Dan. I'm a big Anglophile. Love England. Would love to. I'd love to live there for a year or something. But anyway.
Yeah, I definitely plan. We plan to come that way soon.
Dan, figure out, man, how it would be possible for me to. Can you hook me up with work? I'd love to live there for a year.
Do you have an air mattress I can sleep on when we come and visit?
We'll figure.
I'm not picky when it comes to sleeping, but I either need a couch or an air mattress.
Yeah, I don't like couches because they're just they bank up so many farts and butt sweat.
Oh, that's true. You know what air mattress it is.
I hate crashing on couches.
You've ruined couches for me. Thank you.
Except for my couch, but anyway.
It's because you're sleeping in your own farts.
No, I don't expel gas.
Not ever in your life.
Brianne McCann, 1 week ago. Listeners, do not take love or relationship advice from JP.
Truth.
You will end up slapped and left behind if you do. Well,
Truth.
The joke's on you because I like getting slapped and
left behind.
Yeah, quite frankly.
JP said he's antisocial anyway. He didn't want to go with you.
So you're doing me a favor. But we love you, Brianne. You're very special to us. And speaking of special to us, Michael Sanders. When you love something, you must try... My phone's being weird. When you love something, you must try and save it. # save mail call. Question for mail call. If you were on a mission to repopulate the species on a different planet besides your spouse, who and what would you take to just simply pass the time?
I mean...
Number one, if I had a spouse, I wouldn't take her because I would want... If I got one person for the rest of my life, I want something fresh. And, who would?
Sorry, but I'm a little confused by the question. So we're repopulating a planet. Who do we get to pick? Which person we're taking to repopulate it with? Is that the question?
Yeah, and I guess they're saying I guess you would have your spouse for the repopulation, but who and what would you take to just simply pass the time? So what's another person you would take to make things interesting?
I'd take JP with me. He'd be interesting.
But we couldn't repopulate the planet.
Oh, I thought you were saying you take your spouse to repopulate.
Yeah.
Who else do you want to bring?
I'm just saying that for the record.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if you were confused on that.
I'm confused on a lot.
No matter
morning.
how many times we tried, we couldn't repopulate.
All right, now.
But
false.
And what would you take? Would you take Monopoly? Would you take your Xbox?
I would take my PS4, my comic collection. I would take something that would allow me to watch baseball games back here on Earth. Mm-hmm. I would take a knife because I don't know this planet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be my PlayStation, a knife, an intergalactic receiver.
Mm-hmm. Do some interdimensional cable, perhaps?
Yeah.
I would take as much drugs as I could possibly take with me. Not the bad drugs. Well, it's a different planet, so maybe some of the bad drugs too.
Maybe they'll affect you differently on a different planet, with different gravitational pull or different, conditions. Maybe the drugs will affect you different.
Have I ever told you about the Stygian purple leaf?
I don't even know what that is.
The Biavians have this great biodome type garden on board the Great Mothership, and they have what's called Stygian purple leaf. The Stygians are one of the 7 intelligent species aboard the Great Mothership, and these cannabis plants grow as high as like oak trees. And once a year, they don't even let you smoke it. They just open the gates to this great like forest of these trees, and just the smell of the forest of Stygian purple leaf is enough to just get the whole village high as a kite.
That sounds like a good day.
Yeah, but my boy Riley, he actually smoked some of it in a laser bowl with his little companion.
Did he like it?
Oh, dude, he said it. I mean, you're already like feeling, you're already basically on another planet, but that just makes you feel like even crazier. Okay, Michael Sanders. So yeah, for me, lots of drugs and a big booty woman for me to squeeze up on.
Yeah, big booty would be nice.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Thank you for that question. Heidi L., do you remember what was the first thing you searched when you started using the internet?
Porn.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there was this site called...
Music, actually.
Oh, no, for me, I don't know. That was the first
I think
thing.
music was the first thing I used the internet to, like, search for.
But the first thing it made me think of was whitehouse.com. It was a porn site that you could actually, like, find on the school computer because, you know, it wasn't whitehouse.gov, it was whitehouse.com. But it was a paid site, so, like, it'd give you little, like, glimpses of the nakedness, but it'd still cover the cooter and the nips. But, you know, as a freaking 7th grade, you know, teenage boy, it was still enough for me.
Free the cooter and the nips.
Yeah. But anyway, she searched Titanic. I wanted to see the wreck so badly. I had seen only maybe 2 pictures and some article before that. Another one. Oh, what is the weirdest thing you have ever eaten? I ate once a common European viper. Oh, wow. I haven't eaten anything really exotic.
I don't know. What one considers weird would be subjective, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Over here, people eat squirrel sometimes, and over there, you know, somebody might consider that to be like eating rat or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess a Puerto Rican butthole would be the craziest thing for me. But thank you, Heidi. If we think of something more exotic, I know you've eaten a lot of wild game, which I guess, like you said, to some people would be weird.
Yeah, deer.
Yeah. I've never had anything like smaller than deer. Like I've never had squirrel or rabbit.
Squirrel's not that good. Like squirrel gravy is good, but squirrel itself isn't that good.
Yeah, I've had venison, but nothing.
I mean, all a squirrel is basically a rat.
Yeah. Young JM, mail call. Have you guys heard about the 3rd Walking Dead spinoff based on the Walking Dead Typhoon novel set in China coming this October? And if so, do you think it will be more compelling than what we have now? P.S. Been a long-time listener, but I don't really comment too often. Love the weekly podcast. You guys are great. 100.
I'm sorry that we're so boring on the first one that you answer a question. You can blame it on beer and lots of food.
Dehydration.
I
haven't heard. I know you've read more of the Walking Dead stuff outside of the comic books than I have. Are you up on this one?
No, I didn't read that one. I stopped reading. The novels were really good. Like the Rise of the Governor was great. The Fall of the Governor Part 1 and 2 were really good. And the first 1 or 2 after that were okay, but they just started getting kind of stupid. So they just got just way too. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to pick them back up, but no, I hadn't read that one.
Well, man, I think that'd be an awesome setting for another Walking Dead series. I mean, I think you'd have a lot of material there to deal with, you know. And plus, I mean, China's so populated. I mean, there's a lot.
God, that'd be a nightmare. Yeah.
So I think that's a great idea. I'd love to see that come to fruition. AH, 1 week ago, mail call. Go ahead and end mail call. You can include questions during your other videos. Speaking of which, your lack of video limits when I view/listen to your shows. I only listen as I go to bed or if I wake up too early. I do so because I can keep the monitor dark and not affect my sleep with light. Well,
you know, you can always listen on SoundCloud, too.
Yeah, there is the SoundCloud option. I think we have a link for that in the description.
Well, we're going to end it now.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. It's been a fun run on Mail Call.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Marcus Douglas. That is a strong name. Mail call. I can confirm that your cell phone listens to you. It is no coincidence. It is straight facts. Last month, I was riding my skateboard, and when I came home, a suggested video on Facebook about a skateboarding parody that Family Guy did.
Yep, I'm telling you, man. Your phones listen to what you say, and then they use that to, like, try to suggest things to you. It's really creepy and not cool. No telling the stuff you get suggested when you go on Amazon, AJP.
This is true. A lot of it ends up my butt. Anyway, and I literally took out my phone and looked at it. Oh, look, anally induced male orgasm.
I got it. Hey, I don't kink shame, man. Move on. I don't kink shame. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
I just don't need to know about it.
The more you know. It's not.
I don't want to know what you do to get yourself there.
God put that G-spot up there for a reason.
Okay,
anyway,
yep.
Marcus goes on to say, and I literally took out my phone, looked at it, and said, stop futching, watching, and listening like some psycho. But, dude.
If he told me it cut off after that, I was going to freak out.
That is no coincidence. It was scary, considering I didn't even research skateboarding-related stuff in a long time. I just went for a ride.
Speaking of skateboarding, I'm planning to do some longboarding here in the next Saturday or so.
Is that right? You I didn't know you liked to skateboard.
You've been to my man cave. You've not seen my 2 different longboards propped up against my entertainment center. It's one on each side.
Really?
And they both are very worn out.
Really?
Like, you can clearly tell they've been used quite a bit.
I don't have the balance for skateboarding.
Yes, I'm going to take my drone and activate the tracking mode where it follows you, and I'm going to do some longboarding on the trail up here. Well, I've done it before. The only problem is there aren't that many hills. Mm-hmm. So, like, you go off of a hill and you get enough speed to travel for a little while, but then it just kind of falls off. But, yeah, I'll bring my extra one if you want to come longboarding with me. I've longboarded. You don't remember that video I posted, like, a few years ago where I was longboarding and my brother was on a bike and I took a leash and tied it to the back of the bike and he pulled me down the trail?
Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been skateboarding since I was a kid.
Carol Leathers, another good name. I like it. I love listening to you guys, too. I have since you started. Mail call is my favorite, too. I just can't think of good questions. I will ask some dumb questions. What was the first movie you ever saw at the theater? That's
not a dumb question, and I'm pretty sure mine was the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
I think mine was Jungle Book, and honestly, I remember at the time there were these commercials for the movie theater, and like the kid would sit down and the seat would kind of fold back and he'd fall and end up in an alien spaceship. And all I could think about was that commercial and falling into a spaceship. And I got really upset and my mom had to take me home.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Do you remember those commercials?
I do not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if you showed me, I'd be like, oh, yeah, but... No, I think mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I remember my mom. It was a very special memory. Like, my mom took just me and my mom went to go see it because I don't know if Dad was working or what. And then we went and got pizza afterwards and went to my Nana's house.
Oh, beautiful.
It was a very good memory. One I hope I never forget.
Yeah, there you go. What was your first car?
A 1991 Ford Escort. That thing was, because my parents never bought me a vehicle ever. Like, they bought my sister like 3 of them, and then my other sister, and gave my brother my dad's truck, which was a lot nicer. This was a 1991 Ford Escort. The steering wheel would lock up going down the road. Sometimes the gears wouldn't change. But then after that, my dad gave me, both were hand-me-downs, so that didn't work. So he gave me his S10, and that worked for a while. I drove that for like a year, and then it overheated. And then I went out and bought a Honda Civic. So my first car, I guess, was technically a 91 Ford Escort. It was embarrassing. Oh, my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, mine was a 2002 Ford Ranger. Beautiful truck. I've actually still got it. Got to do an engine swap. But
your first vehicle was a lot nicer than mine.
Yeah, well, my grandmother, conveniently, my grandmother had just died. I fell into some money. It was
conveniently.
Yeah, I guess it was like maybe 04, and so it was only 2 or 3 years old when I got it. I guess it was 04 when I got it, maybe 05.
Was it hers, or you got it with the money?
We actually found it at a lot not far from the station here. It had like, I think 12 or 15,000 miles on it, and I had a lot of adventures, and I've still got it, and I'm going to bring it back to life. So, yeah, I love my truck.
Good questions.
Yeah, Carol goes on to say, JP, would you like to be a stand-up comedian? Yeah, that's one of my great dreams. I wish there was more of a stand-up scene around here.
He could drive a little ways and do it. He just has to get motivated to go do it.
It's basically just basically an hour drive. So I mean, it's not crazy, but again, it just it's on a work night, and you gotta you get off work, you gotta, like you said, psych yourself up, get down there, do it, get back. But I mean, I'm gonna get back on it. I'm sitting on actually the best material I've ever come up with, so I got a killer set coming. I'm really good at it. I just need to work on, the things comics have to work on: stage presence, delivery, material. It's like anything else, the more you do, the better you get. And but yeah, being a comedian and a writer has always been my dreams. And as far as the writing goes, you can check out Boxes and Cans on WordPress.com. That's my blog. Justin, how's parenthood?
It's good. That's probably, aside from the beer and all the food, that's probably why I'm so zombified today. I mean, it's good. She didn't sleep worth a damn last night. But it's great. It's a very rewarding experience. It's one that I did not think I would like long before, but I wouldn't change it now for nothing.
Did y'all put her down before the fireworks and stuff, or?
Mm-mm.
No, she didn't freak out from the fireworks.
No, my dog did. The poor thing was not liking those fireworks.
Yeah. Last, Fear the Walking Dead question: do you think Madison is coming back?
No, but I would love her to come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I kind of feel like the Fear the Walking Dead probably isn't doing great ratings-wise right now. I don't know that to be fact, but I definitely probably feel like it's not, and I could see them doing that just to try to keep it afloat. But again, that would be kind of Glenn under the dumpster kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind her coming back just because I've seen her get some hate, but I actually really liked Madison. But,
me too.
But yeah.
So I don't know, but at least she didn't have to see her baby boy Nick die. So. Corey Andros, #save mail call. What up, guys? You think we will get some Rick Grimes movie news at Comic-Con? I hope so. I certainly hope so. And also, #save mail call. What are your thoughts on chupacabras? Probably one of my favorite cryptids.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I've definitely followed that little thing for a while. I've always thought it was fascinating. I think the possibility of them being out there is
yeah. Have you heard the thing, some people think they're basically an extraterrestrial species that just kind of got left here, or it has to do with extraterrestrial mutations. It's a weird thing.
Kind of disappointing though when you find out that the closest thing they have is basically it's a dog looking thing.
Yeah. It is wild though. You see the pictures of this livestock mutilation and stuff like that. It's freaky.
Yeah, I've always thought cow mutilations and stuff are fascinating too. I mean, it's just some of the. I mean, it could definitely be a hoax, but some of the stuff there is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's awful. Corey Andros also says, "Save mail call. Have you heard any stories or tales about military encounters with Bigfoot?" I never have. I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I'm a big advocate for Sasquatch.
Have I ever heard of military?
Yeah.
Having
you think Sasquatch is working for the CIA?
Or maybe he's a lost government experiment.
Who knows? Like I said, I mean, whether you believe Sasquatch is out there or not, there's a fossil evidence that a prehistoric creature, Gigantopithecus, did exist, and it's pretty much a dead ringer for Sasquatch. So really, in my mind, it's not whether it's a real thing, it's whether it still survives to this day. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Corey Andros also says, I've mentioned the channel before. Strange But True Stories has some really interesting accounts on Sasquatch encounters, plus everything else paranormal. And the narrator, Steve White, has the perfect voice, like listening to spooky stories around a campfire. Corey Andros on a roll. I want to point out that since most who listen are the Walking Dead fanatics, I'm sure if we can keep Mail Call going through the summer, by season 10, we will see a lot more questions just based around the show. Hell, even Comic-Con and Trailer Drop is going to reignite theories / dead talk. Fear has been so pedestrian so far, and I'm not even interested enough to have any theories or ideas, but season 10, fire!
I didn't know you could get your voice that high.
Sometimes I can. But yeah, I will. I'll agree. I mean, I'm still hanging in there with Fear, but it hadn't really done much for me this season. The last episode I did like a lot, but anyway, Gage Waltner.
Hey, Gage.
Love you, Gage. Hey guys, thanks for keeping up the content. Great stuff. I'm a server at Cracker Barrel, and the other day I served...
Love Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, oh yeah, me too.
The country boy breakfast.
Yeah, oh my mama. But the other day I served the tour bus drivers for Panic at the Disco. My favorite artist. They were great guys and had a lot of stories. My question to you is, have you ever had a random encounter that you enjoyed or was really memorable? Thank you, Justin and JP.
Thank you, Gage.
I can't say that I have, but I will say that Panic at the Disco's that their big hit song was like my anthem for Senior Week 2006.
I love a lot of their songs. I met Bill Goldberg at a Cracker Barrel.
Really?
In South Carolina. Yeah,
That's wild.
Got a picture of it.
That's
really
crazy,
nice
man.
guy. I mean, he's big, but he's a lot bigger in real life.
It's wild, man. Like, my grocery store I used to manage, there's a guy that comes in, like, huge arms, big pot belly, but I mean, he must be like either like the biggest Goldberg fan or like used to be some kind of like wrestler that copied his gimmick, but he's got like the Goldberg tattoo on his bicep. He's got the goatee, shaved head. I mean, he's like a shorter, pot-bellied, out-of-work like Goldberg. It's crazy.
That's funny.
But
I mean, I've met a lot of celebrities like for work, but yeah, as far as running into them, like I said, Bill Goldberg at Cracker Barrel. Full circle here, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they had said he didn't want to do any autographs. Like he wasn't there with anybody, but like we heard one of the people working there, said something about he don't want to do autographs. But the main reason he gave us one is because my little sister or brother like said his name out loud, and he turned around and was real nice and was like, "Yeah, we can take a picture. That's fine." And he was a super nice guy.
I'm telling you, man. I met Mark Maron after one of his shows, a few years ago, and I don't know. I've kind of, after that, I was like, I really don't care to meet famous people or people I admire and stuff. It's just...
if I ever got famous, that's what people would feel like with me. They'd be like, I met him, it sucked.
And I mean, it wasn't on him, it was on me. Like, he was super cool, there were people chatting with him, but I just got so over anxious. So anyway, Ethan LeQuay, this is the last one. Are you ready?
It's not the last one. We have a few more other videos that I have, but go for it.
I'm glad you weed it somehow.
On top of it.
Ethan LeQuay, or LeQuay, or something. Love you, Ethan, by the way. Hashtag mail call. Hey, guys, do you think the recent events in the comics will affect the show? Hope you guys enjoy your holiday. I'm guessing... Well, no, this is from one day ago, so yeah, he is aware of what happened with The Walking Dead.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, you definitely can't recreate that last issue now. I mean, who would be the focus? Who would be,
right?
I mean, who's going to be reading that story at the end?
Yep.
Ain't going to be Carl. Ain't going to be Henry. I mean, maybe if they do another time jump, I mean, I guess you got like Judith. I guess Judith would be the who it would have to be, wouldn't it? So I'm a dummy. That's who it would be. It would be Judith. Yeah, I could see the last episode kind of playing out like that.
Alrighty.
And what you got?
So from Eternal Wreck, it's the beginning of the apocalypse. A zombie virus is spreading like wildfire. What would be your signature weapon? I have a couple. I mean, I would use either my Ontario R-Tech 2 or my Kershaw Camp 10 as far as a blunt weapon. I would either carry my Tops Operator 7 would be like my side. Probably my Tops Operator 7. That's a badass knife. But that would be my main like knife. And then I have a little like Persian style that you can do scout carry across the back. So I wouldn't be able to run worth a damn because I'd be weighed down. But it'd be between like my R-Tech 2 and my Glock 21. My 45, do some damage.
Yeah, man, I would definitely want my 12 gauge. That's the gun I'm most comfortable with. It'd be cool if I could like fix like a bayonet on it or something.
You could. We can make it happen.
So yeah, I'd probably like fix up a sweet bayonet on my 12 gauge, and I am not a good shot, so I would definitely need like the spread.
Oh, a shotgun would be a wonderful. I think we discussed that in another podcast. Like I had said, I wouldn't really be worried about so much like ARs and AKs, as I would just rather, for like a big gun, I'd rather have a shotgun, just because I don't really need to shoot anything unless it gets dangerously close.
Yep.
And a shotgun would help you in a pinch too if you're moving, because it's hard to hit stuff when you're moving or the stuff is moving. So a shotgun would help with that.
Yeah, for real. So that'd be mine.
All right, let's see here. Moving forward, we got Alex Jimenez says, do you guys feel better about the Rick thing after reading the final issue? It's truly been a wild ride. I wouldn't expect the show to take this route, though. That's why I was kind of like, oh, man, don't go too far with that answer to that other question, because this one is like goes right into it. You know what? I'm not going to lie. JP, I think, feels differently, but I'm not going to lie. I do not like the way it played out with Rick, but I did like that final issue. I thought it was very touching. You know, it had a couple of points where I thought it was going to choke me up. I liked the last issue. It really surprised me. I went into it with a very like negative attitude and was kind of like, wow, so you kill off Rick and then now you're just ending it. What the hell? Yeah. But I actually, it was very nostalgic. I liked how we kind of. I have one of the same complaints JP had, though. JP, what'd you think of it?
I'm still digesting, to be honest with you. I mean, it was a really well written issue. It was great in a lot of ways. I guess maybe part of me did was kind of expecting something a little bit darker, but at the end of the day, it was a really good way to end it. It was really well written.
Wish we could have seen more Negan. That's my big complaint.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's like the final episode of anything. I mean, you're never gonna be as satisfied as you want to be, because you want more. You know, you want to.
Except for 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, now that was perfect, but. And I guess any more insights we will, whether it's today or whatever, we're going to do a recap of the final issue, and I guess I'll save any more insights for that. So, yeah. Love you, Alex.
And I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it.
There you go.
All right, yep. Okay, so if we did miss your question, we apologize, and I'm sorry to be so draggy today. I'm so tired. Like, I really started to take a personal day today and just not come into work. As you can hear, I'm still really tired. But we will be back on Monday to talk about Fear of the Walking Dead, which will hopefully pick up the damn pace now that everybody's back together.
Yeah, I'm hoping to as well. And you know, something a commenter said, like they like that there's not just one big baddie, you know, in this season like there has been in the past. I'm the same way. I do like the fact that it's different threats and different circumstances. But that being said, I've still been a little bit. I just think it could be better writing and the whole thing. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I I don't need like some big boss villain.
I agree.
But I just need it to be better. That's all. Give me season 3 wasn't, you know, some big baddie. I mean, I guess you did. You had the biker head honcho, but anyway, let's wrap this thing up. I'm trailing off.
Social media info, JP, hit them up.
All right, I'm a lot of places under a lot of different names. I have an Instagram. I never use it, but you can look it up. J_Radsaw. Snapchat, I use it sometimes, not a lot. JP5000, spell it out, baby. JAYPEA 5000 on Snapchat, and JPSLIM on Periscope, just JPSLIM, JPSLIM on Periscope. Come join the party. I'll probably Periscope tonight.
What are you going to Periscope about?
Well, if I grill, which the weather might prevent me from grilling, but I might grill.
Weather's a dick.
It can be indeed. So we'll see, but yeah.
Sorry. Justin, I don't know why I said my own name. Mine is easy to find. Just I'm Justin Lloyd. 2 L's in Lloyd. No spaces, no apostrophes, no nothing. I'm Justin Lloyd. It'll get you my Instagram, Snapchat, and Periscope. Feel free to follow. And, I will definitely start periscoping more. I hadn't even checked to see if I have any followers on that.
You got to get on the scope, man.
But yeah, so also Patreon. If, JP, tell them how to get to that Patreon, because every penny we get for that is going to go into this podcast. We want to make these video podcasts eventually, but we need your help to make that happen.
Absolutely. There's a link for the Patreon in the description for the vidya. We have multiple tiers. Donate $1, contribute $5,000, whatever you want to do, as he said. All goes into the podcast, and we're getting close to having enough money for a run of our first T-shirts. I think we're leaning towards making that the first investment, since it's going to be a while before we can really, buy some big equipment. So, might be some merch coming down the line before long. And
Yep.
Once we hit 20 patrons, we will do a drawing for a prize pack, and it's going to be a sweet, sweet prize pack.
Whoop, whoop.
And we got some videos. You also get exclusive content on the Patreon. I haven't updated it in a while.
On the Patreon.
I need to update it. But some videos and just exclusive content you won't see anywhere else but on our Patreon.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that'll wrap it up for us. I guess we will see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday.
We're willing in the creek don't ride.
I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.